लक़ब है अहमद मुख्तार मुजतबा।
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Ameen. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, the owner of the day of judgment. You alone we worship, you alone we ask for help. Show us the straight path, the path of those on whom you have favored, and not the path of those who have earned your anger and have gone astray. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers and sisters. I hope you're well, inshallah, and welcome to my first ever show, Life Stories with me, Ahsan Khushtar. Welcome to Muslim World TV here on Sky Channel 759 and online. Thank you for joining me and thank you for being part of my first show today. Well, for those of you who do not know, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of a backstory of what Life Stories is all about. Life Stories is going to be a show that will come to you every week between 5 and 6:30, and I will be joined by a special guest. Now, these special guests will be some of our leading Naat Khawans, some of our leading ulama, and some of our much-known nasheed artists, as well as the most influential people from within our communities. And inshallah, I'll be speaking to them about their life, about how they influence others, and how they want people in the community to realize that anyone can do what they do, and that we can all make a difference. And inshallah, I'll be also having a hot topic that will be up for discussion. That debate will begin online, and you guys can join in the polls and give your comments and thoughts. But then you can join me here live in the studios by giving me a call, by sending in messages, and by getting involved. And also, I'll be getting the thoughts and opinions of my guests, and hopefully allowing them to also get involved. Well, today I will be coming up on today's show will be a very, very interesting topic and a hot topic that will be up for debate. And it will be talking about mindfulness and how we all may be more self-centered than before. Many of us have changed the way that we interact with one another. Many of us have changed the way that we think. And many of us have changed the way that we go about our daily lives. Being mindful of how we interact with one another is extremely important. And it is essential that we all do it in a manner according to the sunnah of Nabi alayhi salam, according to the teachings of the Quran, and according to the way that our ulama tell us to do so. Many of us are not mindful of how we interact with one another, and hopefully I'll be talking about that today. As well as that, joining me will be my special guest today, Usman Attari, inshallah, and he'll be talking to him about his life and how he became a Naat Khawan and why he wants to influence other people to do the same. Well, before we do that, let's just talk about our hot topic for today, and I want you all to be getting involved in the discussion and the debate, whether it's online on Facebook. You can get in touch with me on Twitter at Ahsan Khushtar, or you can get in touch with me on Facebook at Ahsan Khushtar as well, and sending your thoughts and comments. Well, it's so important to be mindful, and it's so important for us all to interact with each other in a manner that is nice, just being kind to one another. And it is something that is taught to us first and foremost in Islam. It is taught to us the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, and it is taught to us throughout the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us first and foremost in the Quran in Surah Al-Imran, ayah 103, وَأَعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Hold fast to the rope of Allah and be not divided. Hold fast to the rope of Allah and not be not divided together. Well, we're going to be taking a call, and joining us will be our guest here in the studio. So let's take our first call. Joining us will be our first caller, so we'll be taking him now. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam. Can you please say your name and where you're calling from?
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Jawad, and I am calling you from Birmingham.
Wa alaikum assalam, Jawad Bhai. Thank you for being a part of the show, and our dear brother Jawad Bhai is always supporting us. Now, Jawad Bhai, obviously this is a very important discussion, and a discussion that we all do have about us being mindful of how we interact with one another. And Sincere, what are your thoughts and opinions on that?
Firstly, I think I would like to congratulate the channel itself that they have started something new, and appreciate their efforts to have some young people like yourself to come forward and present in a way what we were missing in UK for several years now. So well done to all of you, well done to the management itself as well for giving me the opportunity. Great to have people like you on here, mashallah. And secondly, I think the topic itself which you have chosen, great topic, because this is something which we kind of, something which we do in our daily lives and something which we do lack as well, being mindful of what goes around, the way we interact with people these days. So great topic. I think the reason behind lack of interaction in a kind way is due to the materialistic world we live in these days. I think we do become materialistic kind of when we interact with people. We just think about what's the benefit of me being nice to someone these days. Yeah. If I'm doing a favor to someone, what's the reason behind me doing a favor to someone? Instead of thinking about what you have mentioned, the way Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to live. Yeah, and there is a great hadith behind this. Inna min khayarikum ahsanukum ikhlaqa. That the best amongst you is those who have got good ikhlaq, good attitude, good behaviors, good manners. This is something which we lack. What do you think, being a youngster these days of a uni, etc., how do you interact in uni with people?
Well, in university it's quite different, obviously, with people from different cultures, different backgrounds. You have to be nice to one another. You have to meet each other with a smile. You have to be wanting to work with people, whether they're a Muslim, whether they're not a Muslim. And it just shows that what Muslims are like. If you've got a bad akhlaq, if you've got bad manners, those people just think all Muslims are like that. And that is something that you have to take into account, whether it's at school, whether it's at university, whether it's at work. And like for yourself, when you're at work, obviously I'm sure you'll do the same when you're interacting with your colleagues.
That's right. I mean, talking about diversity, we live in a society where we have got people around us from different cultures, different walks of life, different races, different religions. And this is something which we as a Muslim need to be careful of. If we treat all of them equally in a way, we show diversity from diversity of thought perspective, definitely, from the diversity of religion, diversity of race, culture, etc., and we try to be nice with them, I think that will go a long way. This will show the real message of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The way he spent his life when there were Quraysh around him, when there were munafiqeen and kuffar around him, but still he used to greet them nicely, he used to treat them nicely. And the very famous story which we all have heard about, the lady who was, I think, from a different religion, and she used to be disrespectful to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam on a daily basis. But when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam walked through that street one day, and the lady didn't do the act which she used to do, then Rasulullah got worried about her. And he visited her, found out that she was not well, she was sick, she was ill. And what he started to do, he started to look after herself. Instead of embarrassing her, that this is what you used to do, he literally changed his own way. He started looking after her. And obviously it had effects on people around him. And this was something which got people close to Islam. The Quraysh, who were very strong-hearted, who were very kind of believed in idols, etc. But this is something which got them thinking that this person is Sadiq and Amin. This is how we used to live in a society with people around us from different walks of life, even in work. If you smile at someone, I mean, that goes a long way. People will always remember you. People will not think this was Ahsan or Jawad or XY. They will think he was a Muslim who smiled at me, who treated me nicely. And the great example I will kind of summarize here, what happened in Manchester last year. I mean, sad incident, but again, people were so happy that there were Muslims who were coming around and looking after each other. What happened in London as well.
Yeah, definitely. And it's so important, as I say, actions do speak louder than words, and that we can all make a difference just by doing these small acts of kindness and obviously making a difference within our communities.
Exactly. So, no, great initiative, great thoughts. I think you have a guest speaker as well today. Is he with you today?
Yes, Usman Attari. Inshallah, he'll be joining me. And as you know, our M62 is very nice. So he's actually stuck on the motorway with the fire. So inshallah, he'll be joining me very soon.
Okay, great, fantastic.
So inshallah, he'll be joining me. Thank you for calling Jawad Bhai, and thank you for watching the show. And Jazakallah khair for being a part of the debate. Jazakallah. Jazakallah khair there. That was our dear brother Jawad Bhai from Birmingham joining us and being a part of the debate and sharing his thoughts and opinions on what it is of my topic for today, on being kind to one another, being more mindful and interacting with each other in a manner that we are less self-centered and that we are more thought-provocative and thinking about one another when we're going about our life. Jawad Bhai actually said something there quite important, and it was the Manchester terror attack, the arena attack that took place last year. And brings back a thought. It is quite important that we were not self-centered. People did not just think about themselves, and they thought about the people that were hurt, those young people that were gone out within the Manchester arena, and that they were going to see their famous singer. Nothing to do with Islam. Some people might be thinking, why is he talking about that on a show that is about Islam? But it is to do with Islam, because Muslims, especially from our local mosque here in Manchester, for those of you who do not know, the North Manchester Jamia Mosque, they had children who go to the madrasa there, along with the imams, the likes of His Eminence Hazrat Allama Maulana Qamaruzzaman Azmi, the likes of His Eminence Hazrat Allama Maulana Arshad Misbahi, as well as many other of our leading ulama, joining those children from with their madrasa classes, walking from North Manchester Jamia Mosque to the Manchester Arena, and they actually laid flowers there. They went with their parents, and it was something that was phenomenal, and it was actually shown on the Manchester Evening News, online, it was shown on the newspapers, and it's something that we all covered. And it shows so importantly that we can all make a difference, and that we should be more mindful of each other, whatever religion, whatever culture, and that we can all together make a difference within our communities. Well, following up what Jawad Bhai said, is actually a story of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam, and quite similar. There was a lady actually who lived in Mecca, and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam, out of the blue, it was something that was not thought about, it was something that he didn't know, that she was actually leaving Mecca to move out of Mecca because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi was spreading Islam, and she didn't want to know about this new religion. She thought that why is this new religion coming, and we're changing the way that she's brought, the way she's lived, and she wanted to leave Mecca. But the Prophet ﷺ is the one that helped her move her stuff and belongings to the outskirts of Mecca. And as they were walking from Mecca and she was leaving, the Prophet actually was speaking to her, and she was complaining about this man that's come, and this man that is spreading hatred, this man that is spreading this new religion. And at the end, when she got near the outskirts of Mecca, she actually asked, what is your name? And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam replied, I am Muhammad. And that just showed, and that woman at that moment realized that what am I doing? I'm doing something that is completely wrong, and something that is completely out of order. And she decided then that to accept Islam at that time, subhanAllah, and then she re-entered into Mecca, and she stayed in Mecca, and she became a Muslim. And that just shows that through these acts of kindness, and whether it's something that we just show support to one another, whether it's in the outside, whether it's just helping someone, we can all make a difference, and we can change people's minds, people's perceptions, and together make a difference. And it just shows that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam is the best of creation, and he has the best of akhlaq, and he has the best of characteristics. He walked humbly, he talked softly, he interacted politely, and he wanted people to do the same. And it is said that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam said, and he summed it up quite easily in a statement, I have been sent to perfect the best of manners. SubhanAllah, what a best thing to say. He has been sent to the world to perfect the manners of the ummah, of the world. And that is what we can do. We can quite simply do that, and we can quite simply get interacted and in touch with each other. We actually have a brother who's actually got in touch on Twitter, and he's actually tweeted me by saying that we maybe are less mindful of each other, and we are more self-absorbed and self-centered. We love to talk about ourselves. We love to mainly, and we don't take other people's views on board. And that is something that's quite true. When we are going around, whether it's our friends, whether it's with our family, we could be having a discussion with them quite simply. And just taking that time out to do the basic things of listening. Listening. Could do that at work, we could do it at school, but many of us don't listen these days. We just think that, oh, what we know is right, and what you know, oh, well, I don't really care. Well, these are wrong things. These are not the habits of a Muslim. These are not the things that a Muslim should be doing. We as Muslims should be showing that we have the best of manners, we have the best ikhlaq, and that we can interact with one another so nicely in a manner that we can show that, oh, Muslims are the best people. Not Muslims are, oh, these people are doing these things around the world, these people are doing these things around the world, but Muslims are the best people. And that is because of the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ and through the teachings of the Qur'an. And it is also said in the Qur'an, so thank you, brother, for getting in touch and for sharing your thoughts and opinions there, because it is very, very important that people are quite self-absorbed. We do love talking about ourselves, and we do dismiss other people's points of views, and that is something that we shouldn't be doing. Because somebody could be telling you something that you don't know. You could be learning something. And it is the first thing that is taught to us in the Qur'an. We are told in the Qur'an to know that, and it's the first surah that is revealed to us. And that is something that we could do. Knowledge is so, it's so amazing that we could learn anything from anyone without our daily lives. And I can personally say that from my own experience. I, alhamdulillah, have the opportunity to travel around the world. And I've had the opportunity to visit different countries, different cities, and I've had the opportunity to meet different people within those cities. And if I just acted like, oh, I'm from the UK, I'm from this Western society and I know everything, I would have not got anywhere. I've learned things from people that I could not have learned in the UK. People have different cultures, people have different religions, people have different backgrounds. People have had different experiences. Those experiences are things that I have then learned from and I've been able to implement into my own life. And it was just recently when I've been to India, and it was something that was quite amazing, that I now think about this every single time I do this simple act. And it is something that we could all take for granted. And I wasn't self-absorbed at that time, I wasn't self-centered, I wasn't just thinking about myself, I was thinking about those people in front of me. There was actually in Delhi that we were actually with my father, that there was these two young boys, and they actually were drinking water. They had bottles of water in their hand, and they were walking around. We had bottles of water in our hand, and they were just walking around. They didn't have anything. They came up to us and asked us for empty bottles of water. They asked us for those empty bottles of water, and there's a man that was from Mauritius that was actually with us. And he actually had a little bit of water left in his bottle of water. And those children, one of the boys wanted him to pour it into that empty bottle, which that man did. And then those boys shared that bottle of water between themselves. SubhanAllah. What an amazing sight that was. That was so saddening. It was very, very upsetting. And it's something that I now think about, and I've told the stories to a few people, and I say it to my parents all the time, that when I drink water now, I always think about those boys. Those boys shared that bottle of water between themselves. We would never do that. Here, everyone's just so self-absorbed within their own lives that they would not think about the other person. And with it being so warm here in the UK these days, and I'm sure the summers are being quite good around wherever you are all watching, it just shows that we could all take these little things for granted. But if you take a time to think about the experiences around you and be less self-absorbed, you could learn something. And that you can then implement that within your life. And that was a story that I thought I'll share with you all. And it was something that has touched me, and hopefully has touched with you. So if you guys have got any stories like that, please do get in touch and let us know. You can give us a call, or you can send me a text, or you can get in touch with me on my social media. And I'd love to hear from you and hear what you guys have to say. And hopefully I can hear from you and see what you all are doing. And it obviously does make a difference. And that we can all make a difference together and hopefully do that. And it is then taught to us by other prophets. It's not just the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. It is also taught to us by Luqman alayhi salam. And he said that he said to his son, "O my son, let your speech be good and your face be smiling. You'll be more loved by the people than those who give them provisions." And that is actually mentioned in the stories of Ibn Kathir. And it is quite an interesting point there, that if we smile to one another, and it's like what our previous caller from Birmingham, Jawad Bhai, said, that if we just smile with one another, whether it's at work, whether it's at college, whether it's at school, whether it's at university, we can all have an impact on each other's lives, and just by smiling to one another, we can make a difference. Now, obviously, this is to do with my hot topic, and it was to do with the poll that I actually ran just a few days ago, and it's just been 24 hours. So you guys, if you haven't got involved, do get involved. I will be revealing the results of that later on in the show when my guest is actually here. Now, obviously, a lot of you will be thinking that it's just life stories with Ahsan Khushtar, and this hot topic is just in it. But obviously, my guest is stuck in traffic, and those of you who are in the United Kingdom will know how bad the M62 can get. And obviously, there's a fire, I believe, and he's on his way. So when he gets here, then he will join me in the show, but we'll continue to talk about this hot topic, and I want you all to be getting involved and sharing your thoughts and opinions, because it does raise a debate, and it's like Jawad Bhai said there, that he is somebody that does it in his life, and that our person that tweeted in, my dear brother who wanted to remain anonymous, as he mentioned, he said the same thing, that we are more self-centered and self-absorbed, and that is obviously something that we could be changing quite simply, just by changing our habits, changing the way that we interact with one another, and changing the way that we see people on a daily basis. And during Ramadan, it was actually something that I actually launched, and you guys can go check it out on YouTube. It is quite there. And it is something that our leading Naat Khawani have talked about, and some of our leading ulama. And it was something that's quite special. We actually launched our Ramadan 2018 Be Kind campaign. And that is very, very similar to this. It was just being kind to one another and being less self-absorbed, less thinking about what I want and what I want, but for what other people want. And how we can make that a possibility. How we can make these changes and how we can interact with people, quite simply just by being nice to each other. And it is actually, the videos actually are on YouTube, so you can go check them out. and have a look at them, because there are some very, very thought-provoking videos there by the likes of his Dr. Ahmed Nisar Marfani, Sayyid Zabir Masood, and also our dear brother Javad Bhai also. And as well as that, we have had an ulama, Muhammad Ikram Bukhari, who was from Pakistan. He also did a video, and it was very, very interesting to see the perspectives of these Naat Khawans, the perspectives of these ulama, and these perspectives of the people within our communities, and how they think about these actions and being kind to one another, and how they think that we should be interacting with each other in a manner that is just simple, is quite basic, and it's something that we could all be thinking about and making a change to our lives. Well, hopefully, and obviously, like I said, if you want to get involved and get in touch and give us a call in the studios, and the number is obviously on your screens, and you can also text in and get involved and share your thoughts and opinions. You can also do that by getting in touch on Facebook with me today, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And it is something that is obviously that we could be discussing and making a change to our own lives, and seeing how we can be bettering ourselves, how we can better ourselves. It's very easy to think that, oh, I don't know how to better myself, how I can make this change. But we can quite simply and quite easily do it. And it is just something that is quite interesting for us all to think about. And obviously I was getting some more messages coming in now. And it obviously is something that one of our dear brothers from London, Ali Bhai, who's actually texting, and he's saying, remember in London during the Grenfell Tower. That is definitely very true. That is another scenario, especially here in the United Kingdom. We've had some different scenarios recently. And it is something that we could all definitely think about. We've had, obviously, like I said, the Manchester Arena attack here in Manchester. Then we've had, obviously, the London attack, and then the Grenfell Tower fire, where people from different cultures all came out and supported those people that may have lost their lives, they have lost their property, may have lost their basic needs and basic necessities, and they all went out and supported one another by giving out different things, maybe it be food, whether it be water provision, whether it be blankets, or whether it just be basic necessity items that we all take for granted. And that again links back to the main point and the hot topic that I obviously have discussed, and it is quite broadened. As I've said, I've just gone into it in so much detail there, that it is that being self-centered and self-absorbed can make these changes and differences, and that we will be unable to make a change. If we just take the time to think and make a difference to each other's lives, is so important for us to do. And being self-centered and self-absorbed does not help. And being there to think about others can definitely help make a change and a difference. And is something that we can quite simply do, like I've been saying, and is these basic things that can change people's lives and change perceptions. It can quite easily change perceptions. Like we say that actions do speak louder than words. And I can say this from a quite diverse background. I'll tell you a little bit about myself, with it being a life stories until Usman gets here. And it is quite easily done. I went to a mixed primary school, a primary school here in Manchester that was quite mixed. Then I've moved on to a high school that was an Islamic high school. Here in Manchester, a private Islamic high school, where I obviously learned the deen as well as the national curriculum. Alhamdulillah, I left there with some good grades. And then I moved on to college. But then my moving on to college was not like a normal college. I moved on to a Catholic college. And a lot of you will think, oh, well, that's a bit of a big change. And a lot of my friends at the time and a lot of people that were around me thought the same. That why has he moved from an Islamic school to a Catholic college? And it is a move that my brother has made, and it's a move that a lot of other people have made, with my other close friends also has done the same. And to be honest with you, and it's something that I do see with a lot of people, whether it be at university or whether I interact with people at college, that has made me a better person, I do feel. Because it has allowed me to have the experiences that maybe some of my peers may not have had. I was able to meet with people from, whether they be a Muslim, whether it be they're Christian, whether it be they're Jewish, whether it be they're Hindu, whether it be they're from any religion, whether they don't have any religion. You get to meet people from these different backgrounds and these different cultures, and then embed them things into your life and how you then interact with people. And some of the things that I've learned from my experiences is something that will continue throughout my life. And we will be continuing the show, and hopefully after the break Usman will be here. So I will then continue to speak to you about the topic of today, and I'll then speak to Usman about his life and how he aims to make a difference in the lives of people, and how he wants to inspire most of you to become a Naat Khawani. And he'll also be telling us a little bit more about his life and how he got into Naat Khawani. So don't go anywhere, do stay tuned to Muslim World TV, and I will see you after this short break. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
استخارہ کروائیں قرآن و سنت کی روشنی میں. شادی، جاب، محبت، رزق میں تنگی، ان تمام کاموں کے لیے استخارہ سے رہنمائی حاصل کریں. اللہ سے مشورہ کرنا بہترین عمل ہے. اس عمل کا نام استخارہ ہے. اگر آپ روحانی رہنمائی چاہتے ہیں تو ابھی استخارہ کے لیے رابطہ کریں.
اللهم إني أستخيرك بعلمك وأستقدرك بقدرتك وأسألك من فضلك العظيم فإنك تقدر ولا أقدر وتعلم ولا أعلم وأنت علام الغيوب.
پاکستان دنیا کی ان 36 ملکوں میں شامل ہے جہاں پانی کی سخت کمی ہے. 44% پاکستانیوں کو صاف پینے کا پانی نصیب نہیں ہوتا. ہیلپ فار اسمائل نے اس کمی کو دور کرنے کا اپنا مشن بنایا ہے. نہ کہ صرف پاکستان میں جگہ جگہ واٹر پمپس لگائے ہیں، پر اس کے ساتھ ہی واٹر ٹیوب ویل کا بھی کام شروع کر لیا. اگر آپ اس نیک کام میں حصہ لینا چاہتے ہیں تو آج ہی ڈونیٹ کیجیے. کھولا سن 020-300-20101 یا ڈونیٹ کیجیے www.helpforsmile.org. Do you own a business? Do you want to attract people towards your business? Well, TV99 is the way forward. Having a large audience allows us to help business owners advertise their business. We are able to not only help businesses through our TV channel, but also via social media. Our team of top designers will even allow you to brand your product. Call 01895 449999 for further inquiries.
SBM Solicitors اپنے لیگل مسائل کے حل کے لیے واحد قابل اعتماد ادارہ. فیملی لا، ڈومیسٹک وائلنس، امیگریشن، ٹرسٹ اینڈ ول کے لیے رابطہ کریں 0208-577-2474. One and only SBM Solicitors.
يا نبي سلام عليك، يا رسول سلام عليك، يا حبيب سلام عليك، صلوات الله عليك. صل على النبي وتبسم، ده النبي تبسم وتبسم.
بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. ناظرین اکرام، میں ہوں آپ کا میزبان ڈاکٹر محمد سلیم طاہر. تو ناظرین، اس وقت میں لاہور کے ایک انتہائی اندرون شہر ادھر بھگوان پورہ والی سائڈ پہ ہوئی. تو یہاں ہماری ایک ملاقات ایسے نوجوان سے ہوئی کہ جس کو دیکھ کر دل میں ایسا ہمدردی اور درد پیدا ہوتا ہے کہ اللہ تبارک و تعالیٰ نے فرمایا کہ جو ایسے لوگ جو آپ لوگوں سے مانگتے نہیں اور اپنا ہاتھ آپ کے آگے نہیں پھیلاتے، اور وہ اپنی غیرت کی وجہ سے، شرمندگی کی وجہ سے لوگوں کے آگے لوگوں سے بھیک نہیں مانگتے، ایسے لوگوں کو ڈھونڈ کے ان کی مدد کرو. تو آج ہم موجود ہیں ایک ایسے ہی نوجوان جو اپنی غیرت کی وجہ سے لوگوں سے نہیں مانگتا، بلکہ اپنے ایک ایکسیڈنٹ میں معذور ہونے والا نوجوان اپنی ہمت کو اللہ تبارک و تعالیٰ کے حکم کے مطابق اپنی ہمت کو باندھے ہوئے ہے، اور وہ محنت مزدوری کر کے جو ہے وہ اپنے معاملات کو پال رہا ہے. ابھی ہم آپ کی اس سے ملاقات کرواتے ہیں.
سر، میں آج سے 3 سال پہلے ہیئر ڈریسر کا کام کرتا تھا اقبال ٹاؤن میں. ادھر سے واپس آ رہا تھا تو راستے میں بارش بہت تیز ہونا شروع ہو گئی. بارش کے ساتھ نا اولے پڑنے شروع ہو گئے، جس کی وجہ سے میں بائک نہیں چلا پا رہا تھا. تو میں ادھر جے روڈ انڈر پاس کے نیچے رک گیا. بارش رکنے کا ویٹ کرنے لگ پڑا. پیچھے سے وہ بڑا مزدہ آیا، اس نے مجھے بائک سمیت ہی اٹھا دیا، جس کی وجہ سے میرا یہ حادثہ ہوا، اور ایک بازو اور ایک ٹانگ، جس کی وجہ سے نا. تو اللہ کا شکر ہے میں اس حال میں بھی خوش ہوں
آپ مزدوری کرتے ہیں کسی حمام کے اوپر، اور وہ آپ کو کتنے پیسے آپ تقریباً روز کے بن جاتے ہیں؟
تقریباً 3 سال.
كتاب الله دستوري كتاب الله.
میں اس وقت پاکستان ڈس ایبلڈ فاؤنڈیشن میں، اور اس وقت آپ مجھے دیکھ رہے ہیں میرے ساتھ پاکستان ڈس ایبلڈ فاؤنڈیشن کے چیئرمین شاہد احمد میمن صاحب ہے. السلام علیکم.
وعلیکم السلام. پاکستان ڈس ایبلڈ فاؤنڈیشن معذوروں کی اپنی ایک ملک گیر تنظیم ہے. اس کی سروسز ملک بھر میں پھیلی ہوئی ہے.
كتاب الله دستوري وخير الخلق أسوتنا بسنته انجلى نوري لهدي الحق أرشدنا لزمت محاضنا.
درد دل کے واسطے پیدا کیا انسان کو، ورنہ اطاعت کے لیے کچھ کم نہ تھے کرو بیاں. ہمارے ساتھ میری ایک بڑی پیاری بہن موجود ہے. السلام علیکم.
وعلیکم السلام.
شیلا، آپ ایز والنٹیئر ان لوگوں کے ساتھ ہیں؟
جی میں ماشاء اللہ کافی عرصے کے ساتھ ان لوگوں کے ساتھ جو ایسا والنٹیئر ورک کر رہی ہوں، اور میں نے بھی یہ لرن کیا ہے کہ کس طرح موو کیا جائے. ایون کے اسٹیئرس ہوں یا کچھ بھی ہوں تو صرف ہمارے اسٹیپس کی، جو انہوں نے میرا یہ لیفٹ ہینڈ پکڑا ہوا ہے یہاں سے، تو صرف اس کی اپ اینڈ ڈاؤن موومنٹ جو ہوتی ہے، اس سے ان کو یہ پتہ لگ جاتا ہے کہ ہم اب نیچے جا رہے ہیں یا ہم اوپر جا رہے ہیں. ساتھ میں ہم اس کو کہہ بھی دیتے ہیں کہ اسٹیپ ڈاؤن، اسٹیپ آپ یا اوپر آ جائیں یا نیچے آ جائیں. لیکن یہ کہ بہت اچھی طریقے سے کیری کر لیتے ہیں اس چیز کو، صرف میری باڈی موومنٹ سے یہ کیچ کر لیں گے کہ ہمیں کس طرف جانا ہو.
آپ ہمارے لوگوں کے ساتھ بہت میچ کریے. ہیلپ فور
اسمائل.
ہیلپ فور اسمائل. اور میرے ساتھ ان کی ایک ٹیچر بھی عروج بھی موجود ہے. السلام علیکم.
وعلیکم السلام.
کیسے لگتا ہے روز ان لوگوں کے ساتھ وقت گزارنا؟
بہت اچھا لگتا ہے. یہاں پر آ کے ایک سکون ملتا ہے. یہاں پر ہم لوگ 8-9 سال سے یہاں پر موجود ہیں، تو ایک سکون ہے. بچوں کی ہیلپ کرنا، ان لوگ کی ہیلپ کرنا، اور آگے سے آگے جب بھی بلاتے ہیں ہم لوگ یہاں پر آ جاتے ہیں. میری نظر میں ایسا ہے کہ جہاں تک یہ ویڈیو لوگ دیکھیں تو یہاں پر آ کر ان لوگ کی.
میں نے ایک بات آتے ہوئے کہی تھی کہ درد دل کے واسطے پیدا کیا انسان کو، ورنہ اطاعت کے لیے کچھ کم نہ تھے کرو بیاں. یہ درد دل کی اور محبت کی قربانی کی ایک مثال ہے. اس رمضان کی خصوصی ٹرانسمیشن میں بھی ہم آپ کے ساتھ ان جیسے بہت سارے اپنے بہن بھائیوں کو بھی ملواتے رہتے ہیں اور آگے بھی ملوائیں گے. ہیلپ اور اسمائل کی طرف سے ہم آپ کی خدمت میں حاضر ہیں. ہیلپ اور اسمائل کی طرف سے کچھ تحائف بھی ہم لے کر آئے ہیں جو میری ٹیم آپ کو ہمیں دکھائے گی، اور کچھ جو ہے وہ آپ کے لیے کچھ کیش کے لیے بھی ہم.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers and sisters. Welcome back to Live Story with me, Ahsan Khushtar, here on Muslim World TV, Sky Channel 759 and online. And a lot of you are watching around the world, so Jazakallah khair. Thank you for your messages and for getting involved in the discussion before the break. And thank you for being a part of the show today, and for all those people that have been trying to call in, Jazakallah khair. And to our brothers watching in Mauritius, my dear brother Tamullah, who's just actually messaged me now, so Jazakallah khair to him and to everyone that's watching around the world. Well, I was waiting for my guest to arrive, and it is Live Stories with Ahsan Khushtar, and my guest was not here. But he actually has arrived, and those people that live in the United Kingdom will know how bad the M62 motorway is. And there was actually a fire on the motorway, but Usman has made it safely. So welcoming my guest, my first ever show, who is an amazing person, an amazing Naat Khawani, and inspiration for many around the world and from Bradford. Joining me is Muhammad Usman Attari. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You all right?
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you for joining me. I know it was a bit of how was the journey?
Apologies to everyone for coming really late. It was really bad on the motorway. I set off about just before 4 o'clock. It's normally a half an hour, 40-minute journey. Well, it was really bad, so apologies to everyone.
Oh, no, it's fine. And thank you for getting here. At least you got here safely.
No problem, alhamdulillah.
Well, a lot of you have been sending in requests for Usman as well. So I would like to ask Usman to begin the show with a kalam of his choice. Any kalam. Bismillah.
Sallallahu alayka ya Rasool Allah wa sallam alayka ya Habib Allah. آخری وقت میں کیا رونق دنیا دیکھوں، اب تو بس ایک ہی دن ہے، اب تو بس ایک ہی دھن ہے کہ مدینہ دیکھوں، اب تو بس ایک
مدینہ دیکھ لیا اس نے بھی 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 مدینہ دیکھ لیا سرکار کبھی تو میں بھی کہوں سرکار کبھی تو میں بھی کہوں میں نے بھی مدینہ دیکھ لیا اب تو بس ایک ہی دھن ہے کہ مدینہ دیکھوں اب تو بس ایک ہی دھن ہے کہ مدینہ
Usman, thank you for that. And what a way to begin our show, and welcoming our guest there and welcoming him to the show. Well, a lot of you obviously want to know about the life of Usman Attari and who is Usman Attari and how did he become a Naat Khan and what he does away from Naat Khawani, and that he does Naat Khawani as a hobby and not as an occupation. So Usman, obviously you become a Naat Khan, but when did you actually begin reciting Naat?
Alhamdulillah, I started when I was, I think, 7 years old. Yeah, very long time ago.
A long time ago.
Alhamdulillah, yeah. Alhamdulillah, through the blessings of the environment of Dawat Islami that I was with. Alhamdulillah, I started at a very young age, and ever since, it's been nearly 20 years.
Is there someone in particular that made you go towards Naat Khawani, like your parents, father? Or?
My father was very involved with the Dawat Islami, he still is as well. And I just used to go to the weekly gatherings, and then there used to be another gathering at Hanfiya Masjid.
Okay.
And this used to read there. From there, alhamdulillah, all that experience, alhamdulillah, and here I am today.
That's amazing. And I do believe we have a caller, so we will take the caller. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Summa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. माशाअल्लाह आपको देखकर बड़ी खुशी हो रही है कि और जो नया प्रोग्राम शुरू हुए इस चैनल पर कि हमें दूसरों का ख्याल रखना चाहिए।
जी बिल्कुल,
ये बहुत अच्छा मौजू भी है और वक्त की जरूरत भी है।
जी बिल्कुल।
और खुसूसी तौर पर जब मैं नौजवान बच्चों को इस तरह के प्रोग्राम पेश करते हुए उनके ऊपर बहस मुबाहिसा करते थे तो बड़ी खुशी होती है, क्योंकि आप हमारा मुस्तकबिल हैं और आप ही की बात जो है वो ज्यादा असर करती है, नौजवान नस्ल की बात सुनती है। तो हमें बड़ी खुशी हुई है कि आपने इस मौजू को शुरू किया है। तो सबसे पहले तो मैं आपको इसकी मुबारकबाद देता हूँ और दुआ करता हूँ कि अल्लाह ताला आपकी इस मेहनत को कबूल करे।
आमीन आमीन।
मैं मौजू की तरफ आना चाहता हूँ कि हम मल्टी नेशन मुल्क में रह रहे हैं, जहाँ पर मुख्तलिफ मज़ाहिब और ममालिक के लोग रहते हैं। अक्सर औक़ात हमारे हमसाए में किसी दूसरे मजहब या किसी दूसरे मुल्क का कोई फैमिली रह रही होती है, तो हमें देखना पड़ता है कि हमने उनके साथ क्या सलूक करता है। आप भी माशाल्लाह यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ते हैं, आपके जो साथी दोस्त होते हैं वो भी दूसरे मज़ाहिब के होते हैं, दूसरे ममालिक के होते हैं, और हमें ये देखना पड़ता है कि हमने किस तरीके से इनके साथ पेश आना है। तो हमें इनके साथ ऐसे ही पेश आना चाहिए कि कोई गैरियत और अजनबियत को हमने ख़त्म करना होगा। हम इसका एक छोटा सा जो मेरे पास हल है और जो मैं तजवीज़ देना चाहता हूँ, आप भी बेहतर समझते हैं, बाद में बात होगी, कि हमें मुख्तलिफ तकरीबात पर जो इवेंट्स होते हैं हमें एक दूसरे के साथ कोऑपरेशन करनी चाहिए। जब गैर मज़ाहिब के लोगों के इवेंट्स होते हैं तो हमें उनको तवाइश देनी चाहिए, उनके शामिल होना चाहिए। और इस तरह हमारे जब अपने इवेंट्स होते हैं, मसलन ईद होती है, तो हमें इनको कुछ ना कुछ देना चाहिए, तवाइश देनी चाहिए। जो हम खाने वगैरह पकाते हैं इनको भेजना चाहिए, क्योंकि इसी तरह कुर्बत बढ़ती है। अब माशाल्लाह यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ते हैं तो आपको वहाँ इन चैलेंज का सामना करना पड़ता होगा, तो आप वहाँ किस तरह निपटते हैं? आप हमें बताएं कि हम जो लोग हैं हमें इनके साथ किस तरीके से पेश आना चाहिए और किस तरीके से हम ऐसा कोई अमल करें कि एक दूसरे के साथ कोऑपरेशन हो, एक दूसरे मोहब्बत हो, एक दूसरे के साथ दोस्ती बढ़े। तो इन चीज़ों के बारे में प्लीज जो है ना आप इनके ऊपर रोशनी डालेंगे। बहुत शुक्रिया। जज़ाकुमुल्लाह खैर व आसनुल जज़ा।
जी
अल्लाह
इंशाल्लाह
हाफ़िज़।
आपका भी बहुत शुक्रिया अब फ़ोन करने को और शो के पार्ट होने में जज़ाकल्लाह आपका भी शुक्रिया बहुत बहुत। Well, obviously, Usman, before you got here, I was actually talking about my hot topic, which was to do with people interacting with each other and being more mindful and people more self-centered.
Yeah.
And obviously, like he just said then, the caller, and one of our dear brothers, Jawad Bhai, who called from Birmingham, also said something similar, that we need, how would you say that we could interact with people in a different manner? That is more like people think that, oh, these are Muslims and these are what we want to be.
I mean,
is there anything that you would, something that you've maybe done in your life that you basically the way you interact with people that are not Muslim?
Just be kind, like that campaign that Alhamdulillah you guys started.
You were supported as well.
Alhamdulillah,
yeah.
Blessed to be part of that as well. You just got to be kind with everybody.
Yeah.
It goes small little deed, but it goes very far.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, we just think it's small and it's minor, but no, it goes really, really far. That does.
Yeah.
Just be kind with everyone. You know, just smiling is sunnah as well. Just smiling at somebody and
have an impact on people's lives, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. That's very true. And obviously, let's go moving back to it's obviously a bit more about you. When you started reciting Naat and you said Dawud Islami obviously was a big impact on your life, which Naat Khan in particular did you look up to at the time?
At that time, believe it or not, it was even now as well, same person, Al-Haj Muhammad Awais Al-Qadri, because he was back then as well, and even till this day. And there's a few others in Dawud Islami. There was Mushtaq Qadri, passed away a long time ago, mashallah. He was beautiful Naat Khan. People like this, and even till this day, Awais Qadri influences me, and I think many people around the world.
A lot of the Naat Khans in the UK especially,
definitely. Awais Qadri has just taken Naat Khani to a different level.
Why would you think that was in the UK in particular? Was it something that maybe he's revived Naat Khani in the UK?
It's just the way he reads. You know, when somebody reads with ishq muhabbat, it's not about obviously the money, whatever it is. You know, someone who reads from the heart, it goes very far, that does.
Definitely.
And definitely.
And it's like links back to that. He's not, maybe some people might disagree, but not as self-centered and thinks about other people as well.
Yeah, things like that. I mean, if you're self-centered with people, then nobody's going to care about you. It'll come to a time where someone will see you and think, nah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, out of his Naats, what would you say is your favourite?
From the what?
Awais Qadri's Naats.
Awais Qadri's Naats, he's hard one. We've got loads, but...
You can pick one and recite one for us, inshallah.
I'll recite one for you, inshallah. The one that he's actually written himself as well. No problem.
क्यों करना मेरे दिल में हो उल्फत रसूल की उल्फत रसूल की जन्नत में लेके जाएगी जन्नत में लेके जाएगी चाहत रसूल की जन्नत में लेके जाएगी चाहत रसूल की बिगड़ी भी बनाएंगे दर पर भी बुलाएंगे घबराओ न दीवानों घबराओ न दीवानों सरकार बुलाएंगे चलता हूँ मैं भी काफिले वालों रुको जरा चलता हूँ मैं भी काफिले वालों रुको जरा मिलने तो बस मुझे भी मिलने तो बस मुझे भी इजाजत रसूल की जन्नत में लेके जाएगी चाहत रसूल की चाहत रसूल की
Yeah. No, subhanAllah, it's actually, that was one of my favourite Naats as well, so it's very good that you recited that there. Well, a lot of people obviously see you as a Naat Khan, and we see you obviously going to these mehfils, and you see you on social media. But a lot of people don't realise that what do you actually do away from Naat Khani?
I really love my cars.
Yeah.
Since a young age, that's another hobby
passion
of mine, I'm into the car hiring trade. Yeah.
And then you help your uncle a lot as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
with Enzo.
Work with uncle as well, you know, get customers there as well, and then myself. Alhamdulillah, it's a good business, yeah.
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 And then you get to meet other people as well throughout that. And
yeah, you get to meet loads of people, yeah.
What would you say is your favourite car?
Favourite car?
Bit difficult one, isn't it?
Probably the Aventador, isn't it?
A lot of people would say that, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people obviously, that is an important topic to bring up, because a lot of people think, and they see these Naat Khans, especially you lot in the United Kingdom, and they think that, they're just into Naat Khani, and that they can't have a life away from that.
No, it's Naat Khani, alhamdulillah. We do it all year round. It's not obviously an everyday that we do it as well. Mainly in Milad Sharif, we do it every single day. But overall, during the rest of the time, obviously we've got our own, like normal life, nothing special. Alhamdulillah, we just got normal life, work and stuff like that,
And some people might disagree, but I think it's quite good, because you're not doing it for money in that sense.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, if you don't do it, then when you do have mehfil, when you do have programs and stuff like that, you're just going to think about money. And when you think about money, it just takes your, the concentration and everything, intention in your heart, it just go elsewhere. And then that's when you start going down.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
And it's like that, a lot of people say that the ones from Pakistan maybe come and they just come for money. But then the ones in the UK are not doing it for that. They have their own jobs and their own career.
Yeah.
Do you think the Pakistan ones could do something similar or no?
I think so.
Or is that something that they've made it?
Yeah, the way it is, the Pakistan, obviously, like I said, we just read like mainly that Milad Sharif month, 6 weeks or something. But the rest of the year, we'll have mehfils, but not like every day, like once in a while. Obviously, they do it every single day nearly in Pakistan, wherever they are. So it's like become, even if they do want to work, I don't think they can. I don't know about that, but obviously they've got a busy lifestyle, They've got mehfil after mehfil, so it's difficult for them guys,
Well, if you have any requests, you can send us them in by sending us a message. You can send me a message on my Facebook, Twitter, and inshallah I'll get Usman to recite them, and we'll carry on talking to him about that. But as well as that, you're quite into your sports as well, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so what would you say was your favourite sport?
Favourite sport has to be football. Yeah.
What football team are you supporting?
It has to be Manchester United.
Manchester United.
You've got to be Manchester United, yeah.
Is it something that you've supported them from a young age? Or?
From a very young age, that's another thing. Getting to know a lot about me, From a young age, alhamdulillah,
It's good, because people obviously need to know these things. They just see, especially with all the Naat Khans and different people.
Yeah, I think you see, obviously, like, we have a normal lifestyle. We do everything like, I mean, we're not something special, alhamdulillah. We're gifted the voice, and
gifted the voice, personality, and the way that you look after, think about people and the way you interact is important. But
it's very important.
You can have another life away from that as well.
Yeah, very important, because obviously if you interact with other people with love and respect, they're just going to give the same back.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's just normal lifestyle we live, and football, and then snooker.
Yeah.
Don't mind snooker. The highest break is about 50 something, I think. I don't know, can't remember, but yeah. Snooker, and like various other sports, cricket, table tennis and stuff like that. I love boxing. Obviously I don't do it, but that's one sport that you can't do.
Yeah, it's true.
Unless you're a professional and you're going down that line.
Who was your
favourite boxing,
boxer?
I love,
Who's your favourite boxer?
Favourite boxer, obviously everyone's favourite, Muhammad Ali, definitely. But obviously in this day and age, Floyd Mayweather is really good. Obviously he's retired now, but we've got to root back for our own Amir Khan.
Yeah, everyone does,
Pakistani. We've got to obviously back him up. He's got a fight coming up as well.
In September, I think, isn't it?
He has to be, And obviously watch all the boxes, the heavyweight, lightweight and everything, Prince Nassim Hamid. And
then obviously with the World Cup going on, we should bring that up as well. And England winning yesterday, but who are you going for? Are you going for England?
You know something? I've never supported England. From day one, I used to support France back in the days that Zidane and Thierry Henry and all these lot used to play. But I don't mind if England win. I mean, it'll be really good. This is the last time they won was 1966, I believe. About 52 years.
Very long time ago.
We need something like that now,
Yeah, everyone's quite excited about it as well.
They are. They've done very good, I think, so far to get to this day. And hope
we'll see what happens during the week, and then the final, which is next week, which will be during my show. So I will be here.
That day,
I will be here on Sunday, but we'll see who joins me. So we'll keep you guys updated with that as well. But I'm going to try something a little bit different, and it's something that obviously I've not seen that has been done on an Asian show.
All right.
Like in Western shows do it, and it's something that works on YouTube. We're going to do Never Have I Ever, and hopefully get to know a little bit more about Usman Attari and about me as well. So for those people obviously that don't know at home, the way Never Have I Ever works, we ask some questions, and then if we have done it, then we say I have, and if you haven't, then you say never. So me and Usman are going to do that. And if you guys have any that you can suggest, you can send us some in as well. So we'll try and do that. So there's just a few of them, and then we'll carry on speaking to Usman and get him to recite a few more kalams as well, for us, inshallah. So the first one is, never have I ever been to another country. I have.
I've been to many countries.
Which countries have you been to?
I've been to Pakistan, I've been to Dubai, I've been to Saudi Arabia, I've been, I went for actually a tour as well.
Yeah, recently.
Alhamdulillah, organised by you guys as well. Yeah, recently, the recent one was Portugal.
And then you've
I've
been to Holland
as well. We went together as well that time. I can't remember now, I've travelled quite a bit, yeah?
Yeah, well, I've travelled quite a bit as well. And like as I've mentioned previously to everyone, that it's quite, I've been to India recently, been to Saudi Arabia recently, the Mauritius, I've got quite a bit.
Recently.
Dubai recently as well. So I do travel quite a bit. If people get to know me, they realise that I do travel quite a bit.
It's good to travel a lot, yeah.
Yeah, see different people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, this is quite a random one, but this is for our youngsters maybe, as they think that you do watch television, you do have a life, and you have had a childhood.
Yeah.
I never ever watched SpongeBob SquarePants.
Never.
Never?
Never. Honestly,
Is that an honest thing that you've said there?
That is the most honest thing I've said. I'd say there's nothing to be shy of.
Not even as a child?
Never watched.
A lot of people have surprised with that.
Yeah, I never watched that. I watched Tom and Jerry.
So there's a bit of a mix there.
Bob the Builder.
Another one. Never have I ever cried during a film. No, I haven't ever. A lot of people...
I mean, it's good. It's good to let your emotions out, and people get so involved into it.
I don't believe in
and then
cinema.
it's thinking, you do get emotional, but never cry. You do feel sad and stuff. But yeah.
Never ever cleaned up by piling everything in my cupboard.
So I'm very.
You're a clean person.
Clean person, I love punctual. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone that knows me, I'm quite clean as well. Never ever pretended to know a stranger. No, I haven't either, to be honest. Like a lot of people do when they say them, like, oh, I know this person, I know this person. Never ever locked my keys in my car.
I think I have. I think so.
When was this?
I think so, I have. But luckily for me, the window was open.
So you got to pick them out?
I squeezed through somehow, yeah.
Never have I Googled my own name to see what comes up. Never. I have.
Or maybe I don't remember. I can't remember.
With me, a lot.
Maybe I might.
With me, it shows that actually. That's the message to everyone. That's stuff that lasts ages comes up. One of my stuff from high school is actually still on it, and it's actually went to this Jewish school, and they did my interview there, and they asked me some questions, and it actually comes up on the Jewish newspaper. So it shows that whatever you do, it always stays on the internet.
There, yeah. Can't hide
never ever pretended to laugh at a joke that I've not understood. I'm sure everyone's done that.
You can't obviously upset the other person. You've got to,
and it should be nice to everyone.
Yeah.
Well, that was something different there that we just tried, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. I will be doing that with all my guests, whether it's ones from Pakistan, whether it's ones here, and trying it, something different, and hopefully something that we will continue to try. Now, Usman, obviously a lot of people are sending in requests of Naats, but is there any Naat in particular that you would like to recite next?
Yeah, no problem.
Any of your pick.
Subhanallah, 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 Subhanallah. Aj sikh mein tera div deri hai, aj sikh mein tera div deri hai, kyun dildi udas शौक चंगेरिए अज नैना लाया क्यों झड़िया सुबहानल्लाह 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 सुबहानल्लाह। और इस सूरत नू जाना खा जाना खा के जान जहाना खा इस सूरत नू मैं जाना खा के जाने जहाना खा सच आखा ते रब दी मैं शाना खा रब दी में शाना खा जिस शाना तो शाना सब बनिया सुबहानल्लाह 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 सुबहानल्लाह.
Jazakallah, Usman, thank you for that. And obviously another amazing naat that we all do know and love, some of our favourites as well. Obviously, quite recently now, you've actually become a global ambassador for the Sunni Rizvi. Now, obviously, is that something that you wanted to do, or something that you asked
I'm very proud to be part of it. I'm very privileged, alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
It just obviously gives the opportunity to go out there more, like, alhamdulillah.
To different countries as well.
Thanks to you as well.
Yeah, and or my father more so.
Definitely thanks to Father Muhammad Bhai.
Yeah. So, but obviously with that, is you get to travel to different countries and then be part of different things. Like obviously you supported our Be Kind campaign, like we said at the beginning. Is there anything else that you would want to implement into that? That's something that you would always wanted to maybe do, or something that you've always thought about as being important?
I think just go on, like, tour with like a few people would be really nice. Go to countries that we've never been before. Like it's not like Naat Khawani, it's not like it is there, but it's not like obviously on that level.
Popular.
I'd love to obviously take Naat Khawani to another level, to a different country where it's not. There's no one been, nothing like that.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, you've been to Holland and then you've been to Portugal.
Yeah.
Is there any other country that you would want to go to?
Dubai.
Dubai. Dubai.
I'm joking. I mean, that'd be really good if you could do a Dubai. Obviously, I mean, a mehfil out there, that'd be brilliant. But I don't know. I like to obviously Europe. I like Europe countries as well, and even like I go Pakistan as well. Obviously, here and there, like do like mehfils there. But places like America, maybe one day.
Not many people do.
No, yeah, not many
people do. Well, obviously, we're going to take a short break. We're going to continue to speak to Usman about his life, and inshallah, we're going to be talking to him about more about where he would like to travel and about what he wants to do in the future. And as well as that, we'll be hearing about some more kalam from him, and inshallah, getting more of you involved as well. You can actually text in or call. But we're going to take a short break, so do stay with us, and we'll be back after the short break. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
इस्तिखारा करवाएं कुरान और सुन्नत की रोशनी में। शादी, जॉब, मोहब्बत, रिस्क में तंगी, इन तमाम कामों के लिए इस्तिखारा से रहनुमाई हासिल करें। अल्लाह से मशवरा करना बेहतरीन अमल है। इस अमल का नाम इस्तिखारा है। अगर आप रूहानी रहनुमाई चाहते हैं तो अभी इस्तिखारा के लिए राब्ता करें।
अल्लाहुम्मा इन्नी अस्तखीरुक बिइल्मिक व अस्तक़दिरुक बिक़ुदरतिक وأسألك من فضلك العظيم فإنك تقدر ولا أقدر وتعلم ولا أعلم وأنت علام الغيوب.
पाकिस्तान दुनिया की उन 36 मुल्कों में शामिल है जहां पानी की सख्त कमी है। 44% पाकिस्तानियों को साफ पीने का पानी नसीब नहीं होता। हेल्प फॉर स्माइल ने इस कमी को दूर करने का अपना मिशन बनाया है। न कि सिर्फ पाकिस्तान में जगह जगह वाटर पंप्स लगाए हैं, पर उसके साथ ही वाटर ट्यूबवेल का भी काम शुरू कर लिया। अगर आप इस नेक काम में हिस्सा लेना चाहते हैं तो आज ही डोनेट कीजिए। खोला सुन 020-300-20101 या डोनेट कीजिए www.helpforsmile.org. Do you own a business? Do you want to attract people towards your business? Well, TV99 is the way forward. Having a large audience allows us to help business owners advertise their business. We are able to not only help businesses through our TV channel, but also via social media. Our team of top designers will even allow you to brand your product. Call 01895 449999 for further inquiries.
SBM Solicitors अपने लीगल मसाइल के हल के लिए वाहिद काबिले एतमाद इदारा। फैमिली लॉ, डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस, इमिग्रेशन, ट्रस्ट एंड विल के लिए राब्ता करें 0208-577-2474. One and only SBM Solicitors.
يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول
على النبي وتبسم، ده النبي تبسم وتبسم.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers and sisters, and welcome back to Life Stories with me, Ahsan Khushtar. Thank you to you all for getting involved and showing your love and support, whether it be online and for those people that have called in as well, and for getting involved in our hot topic today. And thank you to Usman for being a part of the show, and thank you to you all for sending in your requests to him. And inshallah, if you have any more requests, do send them in to Adami or Usman. If you have our personal social media, you can also send it in there. And obviously, we'll continue to talk more to Usman as well and get to know a little bit more about him and his life. Well, obviously, Usman, you have different social media. Which social media in particular do you use that people that maybe want to follow you?
I personally just use YouTube, really.
Yeah. So it's like you upload the videos from your method?
videos and everything, but I've got my Facebook page.
Yeah.
Usman Attari. You can like that. That's a video that's run by admins.
Yeah. So then, obviously, you send in, you put different videos. Is it something that you just do for the methods that you go to, or?
Yeah, I like to do. You know, wherever I've gone to a method, and if I've recorded, I like to put it up. Yeah. My YouTube's official Usman Attari, and that's the one I just use really. That, to be honest with you, Baki, obviously the Facebook and stuff. That's
the admins from that.
Yeah.
Obviously, with the actual recordings, have you ever thought about doing a CD or an album or a single? Is it something that's ever come to your mind?
I've had that question asked so many times by people. I'll be honest, I wanted to do it years ago. I'm talking a good 9-10 years ago. So I was proper. Obviously, back then nobody was doing it. There was only one Nathan or two Nathan in the UK.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to do it then, but at that time, like I said, like the way Nathan is just like.
It's really grown, hasn't it?
It's proper grown now, especially in the youth.
Yeah.
Now obviously there's more opportunities now that you can go to studios. Back then there was like studios, and there weren't that many studios, and people that obviously make the tracks themselves.
Yeah.
But then I didn't do it then, and it's like kind of
something that you
put me away in a way. I'm not too keen on that. Alhamdulillah, I'm not saying I've got very far, but alhamdulillah, wherever I've got to now is. It's not through any singles and things like that. It's obviously I just upload on YouTube Mayfield.
Yeah.
But inshallah, in the near future, maybe.
Yeah. Is it something that might put you off? Because obviously a lot of people that are doing it now these days are doing it with music.
It's too common as well, and
it's quite a common thing. And obviously being Qadri and Attari.
Personally, obviously this is my personal opinion. Naat Khawani, whether you listen to music or not, that's separate. But when it comes to Naat Khawani, in my obviously. The organisation that I'm with, Qadris and Attaris, obviously they're totally against music and it's totally against
I agree with you on that.
It's not that I feel like, why are they? I'm actually, glad that, because the upbringing, I don't, not into the duff and all the music and stuff like that. But inshallah, if I do in the future, it'll be without music and stuff like that. But,
I'm sure everyone will support you on that, because I think it's something that is different, and obviously everyone's doing it with the duff and the music, and I completely understand if everyone that listens to music, that's fine. And everyone that maybe puts duff or music into their naats or their kalams, that's obviously their opinion.
That's obviously the sheikhs might allow it. Obviously, it's up to them. Obviously, I'm not saying you guys are wrong.
No,
obviously, everyone's got their own. Obviously, but personally, me myself.
No, I agree with you on that, but obviously everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Personally, I don't like it myself as well, in a way, because it's obviously, music, it drifts you away from the actual naat itself. But inshallah, in the near future.
Is there any upcoming methods that you've got coming up? Or obviously, I know it's quite quiet during the summer period as well here in the UK, but is there anything that you're thinking of doing?
Not at the moment, no. Just obviously, you just have local methods and stuff like that, hutams and stuff like that, but other than that, I don't know. There's not many
recently.
mehfools about at this time, yeah. I think obviously this year's gone so quick.
Very
I can't believe that obviously Milad was 8-9 months ago. It just feels it was like a month ago,
and
literally.
It's coming very fast again, isn't it?
Yeah, so I mean Milad's around the corner again, November, I believe November, beginning of November this
beginning
time.
Of November, yeah.
Like we're in beginning of July now, 3-4 months.
3-4 months. It's gone very, very quick.
But then inshallah, every day, couple of mehfils.
Yeah, I know you're quite busy during Milad, aren't you? Like at least a mehfil every day.
It has to be at least one, but then obviously there's always alhamdulillah one mehfil, but then there's like sometimes where in Bradford just say I like one house to the other like that. Alhamdulillah, yeah.
No,
but that time is really busy, yeah.
Yeah. And obviously with the Pakistan Naat Khans coming as well, it gives a bit of an atmosphere, so everyone's in that mood.
It just brings a different vibe. That Milad Sharif month is just such a beautiful month.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, yeah. You go to the masjids, they're full. Like, obviously, it's the Naat Khawani is so powerful. Like, youngsters that never used to listen to Naat and they used to listen to music and stuff like that, even they come into it as well.
Yeah.
So Milad Sharif is that month where you see so many youngsters that you won't see in the masjid normally.
Yeah, it's true. And the people that maybe like won't normally go to come out.
Oh, yeah, alhamdulillah.
And obviously people might want to listen to you recite another Naat. Is there another favourite of yours that you'd like to recite?
Yeah, no problem. Inshallah, yeah. Recite another one.
And if anyone has any requests on the text, or you can give us a call as well, inshallah. And the number is 0161 241 9456. But until then, we'll listen to Usman and get him to recite another kalam for us, inshallah.
This is a Punjabi kalam for Punjabi viewers.
लजपाल नबी मेरे लजपाल नबी मेरे दरदादे दबा देना लजपाल नबी मेरे दरदादे दबा देना लजपाल नबी मेरे दरदादी दवा देना लजपाल नबी मेरे दरदादी दवा देना जदो वक्त नज़ा आवे दामन दे हवा देना दिल रोंदा है मेरा 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 दिल रोंदा ने जान देने जदो लोग मदीने नू दिल रोंदा है जान देने जदो लोग मदीने नू मैनू मजबूरियां ते दूरियां ने मारिया सदलो मदीने आका करो मेहरबानिया दिल रोंदा है जान देने जदो लोग मदीने नू हुन सानो भी आका आका हुन सानो भी आका दरबार रेखा देना लजपाल नबी मेरे दरदादी दवा देना.
Usman, and thank you for reciting that Naat for us and that kalam. Well, obviously, a lot of you have been getting involved previously with the debate, but you can get involved and speak to Usman, send us questions, and anything that you may have. You can do that on by sending to the text number or on our Facebook, Twitter, and you can also send those messages to me and Usman as well, and inshallah, I will ask Usman any questions you may have and any requests that you may have, and inshallah, I'll put them to him. Well, obviously, Usman, you've been to a lot of mehfils, and is there any mehfil in particular that stands out that was the best, that you could say? I know every mehfil is the best, but is there any one that stands out?
I really enjoyed the first mehfil, Youth Naat Conference, actually. That was one of the best mehfils that I've recited myself. That was a really good mehfil. And Manchester mehfil every year, Victoria Park, that's really good. Every year, that's really good as well. But, yeah. Well,
obviously, Usman, it's been a pleasure having you, and there's one that I wanted you to do, and that was my the lyrics for it it was actually my granddad's, was in Medina. But you're saying, obviously, have you got the lyrics on you? Or?
The lyrics, I couldn't find it.
Yeah, if not, that's fine.
It was.
Inshallah,
I did have
next
it
time, you're always welcome.
Inshallah, next time.
Yeah, definitely. Inshallah, next time. You're always welcome on the show.
Anytime.
So, inshallah, next time you can do that. Well, obviously, thank you everyone for watching today. Thank you to Usman. And Usman, you're always more than welcome to be a part of the show. Inshallah. And I do apologise for the slight delay with Usman getting here, but obviously, as you know, that the traffic is out of my hand, out of my control. And inshallah, I will continue to bring you these programs every single week. Now, the poll, obviously, that was online as well. I will reveal to you the results, and obviously, I put them on. And it actually said that the results for the poll are quite interesting, actually. I thought a lot of people, a lot more people would disagree, but it is something that people have shown that they do seem to agree with. Now, obviously, the hot topic question that I put to you all was that do we feel that people are less mindful of each other and more self-centered than before, so they think about themselves? Now, 93% of you said that you would agree, and only 7% have said you would disagree. I thought a lot more people might disagree with it, but and give some thoughts and opinions, but it is very, very true that it is something that is sadly something that we are facing in society and something that we are having to deal with. So, to be honest, those results don't shock me, and it's something that we do need to change, and inshallah, we will try and inspire you through these guests that we bring on, that you can make change, that we can all make change, inshallah. And the way Usman obviously deals with his Naat Khawani, and he does things privately as well, and it just shows that he has the characteristic and the akhlaq to do so. And many of our Naat Khans that will be coming on, maybe our ulama, and many of our most influential people within our community that come on, they will also continue to do that as well. So inshallah, we will be coming to you back next week, but it is the final next week of the World Cup. So a lot of you may not be tuning in, but definitely do try and tune in. I'll have
especially if England goes through.
Especially if England goes through, then I'll try and bring you an interesting show, and I'll try and have another special guest joining me, inshallah. And obviously we'll try and discuss things about their life, about what they do, but also we'll try and keep you updated with the England score, because the final and the end of the match will actually be during the show. So we'll try and keep you updated with that as well. So be sure to tune in, try and make it as interesting as possible for you all. Jazakallah khair, thank you for getting involved, thank you for getting in touch, and do send me messages on what you think about the show, because I would love to hear the feedback, your thoughts and opinions. Obviously there's ways that I can improve, ways that I can change things and implement things that maybe that you want. And also you can suggest to me any guests that you may have, any guests that you may want to see on the show, and any guests that you might want to recommend that are influential, that have made a difference within your communities, and maybe something that some people that you look up to that you want to know a little bit more about. And as well as that, obviously, I would like to say a big thank you to all our people that have rang in and been a part of the show, and to our dear brother Temullah, who has been a great supporter of mine and supporting me from Mauritius. So Jazakallah khair to you, my dear brother, and to everyone that has been watching from around the world. Usman, I would like to just write another Naat, and inshallah we'll end the show on that. And inshallah I shall see you all next week at 5, inshallah, next Sunday. So be sure not to miss it. And Usman, I'd like you to end the show by reciting a kalam, and then we'll end the show with that. So I'll see you all next week from me and from Usman. And until next time, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Ya Muhammad Noor Mujassam, Ya Muhammad Noor Mujassam, Ya Habibi Ya Maulai, Tasveer Kamal Muhabbat, Tanveer Jamal Khudai, Ya Muhammad Noor Mujassam, तेरा वस्फ बयां हो किसे کرے گا برائی صلی اللہ تیری کون کرے گا برائی تیرا وصف بیان ہو کسے تیری کون کرے گا برائی اس گرد سفر میں گم ہے اس گرد سفر میں گم ہے جبریل امی کی رسائی یا محمد نور مجسم یا حبیبی یا مولائی تصویر کمال محبت تنویر جمال خدائی یا محمد نور